Hello, everybody. I should be live. I'll be right back. Okay, technical difficulties resolved. Tonight, my job is to replace this. And maybe, while I'm in there, do a clutch. I know it's not good to put a used drum and a used clutch, but you know what? This thing's old. And I'm into the repair less than 50 bucks. Back in the day, you could buy all brand new Stihl stuff for real reasonable and repair these economically. Nowadays, they want $100 plus for this new. That's like a quarter the cost of the whole darn thing. So, no, we don't do that. We repair things. So we can take this apart again. You got little Miss Needy in my way. Give her some cookies to distract her. Even though nobody's chatting, she gets her cookie. Okay. Well, let's... Okay, you loosen the handle up. Loosen that screw up. And the whole assembly just slides out. We just did this on the other one. The link is in the description. When I replaced the shattered crankcase, or half the crankcase that was shattered. Still not sure how it got shattered, but you know, things mysteriously break. So to take this apart, I believe we have to take off the recoil mechanism, starter recoil. Gotta watch it. I got holes on this in this table. this 1/4-inch plate. I don't think you have to take the recoil off. We're gonna just be thorough with it. Don't matter, it's only 3 screws. And this whole thing comes apart with a Torx 25. D25. Right. Yeah, we would have to take it off. But you just take the recoil spring out. It's got more man, we got earwigs this year, man. I don't know what it is with the earwigs, but I think I'm gonna have to spray something out there. They are bad, bad, bad. They're everywhere this year. But we used to have stink bugs, and I think they introduced the earwigs to kill the stink bugs. But I know this ain't electronics, so it's get it done type. You know, I got to keep the yard somewhat maintained. And this is how we do it. Power equipment. I could not stand living in California where they ban this stuff. That would really, really, really suck. And I hope I got the blur out of my video. I've been trying to work on it, but yeah, this, if you can see it, it's cracked right there. It's busted. And I don't want that wiggling back and forth and breaking those lugs on the new half crankcase that I put on there. I hate doing things twice. It seems like I'm always doing things twice. Especially with homework. Okay, then this just pops off here. Just like that. So you see that's... looks about the same. I think the clutch drum is the same. But we might replace this too. That spring looks like it's seen some better days. Yeah, that, I don't know how that, I do not know how this broke. It's been broke a while. But I was gonna try to TIG weld it, but you know what? They're like 30 bucks used, so I linked the eBay listing in the description. Let's sheesh. It's not gonna come off that easy, is it? I don't want to break it. Okay, so I was trying to figure out how to time this the last time, and I guess there is an arrow. Smell fuel. Yeah, getting a little leakage. There's supposed to be like an arrow here. I don't see it for top dead center. I could not find it. Alright, so do I want to replace that clutch or not? It looks like it's pretty good still. That spring's kind of how you doing, but see, do I have a T25 that's gonna... have to hold that. Oh, the nut. What do you think that is? That's a 10 or 12? Maybe. Yeah, that clutch is fine. Even though I got one, I'm gonna probably have to do it a third time now. Because I'm gonna put it back together, and then a week later the clutch is gonna go pop. Well, these springs go bad, and that one's pretty worn. But you know what? I don't care right now. It smells like fuel. I could really pull the drum out of this one and replace it with the drum that it was using. But bearings seem fine, so let's give it a try. It takes no time to do these. Oop. Can't put those in yet. I did that last time too, right? Order of assembly. Gotta put this bottom one in first. That was the hardest time on the last one, trying to put this together when it was in pieces. Okay. Because these little plastic bushings in the cover, this really needs a new cover. It's starting to get cracked, and I'll just throw it on my eBay watch list. Somebody will pop one up for a few bucks. It's in much better condition. I try to get as much life as I can out of a power tool if possible. So maybe I'll do another video of doing the clutch when this one goes out. But that was the subject of the video. Yeah, that was a pretty simple repair. That is horrible. I mean, I don't know how that broke, but I don't know how the crankcase shattered either. Yeah, these 4 mixes are strange, man. They don't seem like they have the same amount of power as a regular 2-stroke. We stink up the shop. Okay, it still runs. One more screw. I used to run 100 octane in all my equipment. But then they started putting that emissions crap filters in the stuff. Hey, that was uneventful. Now it's almost midnight and I gotta go run this thing and annoy the neighbors. Woohoo! Ain't I a pleasant guy? Fitting. Probably too tight. Oh. That's not right. Gonna need a screw for that one. I have to get a screwdriver. Ooh, Cuddy don't like what's going on. Oh yeah, I started something up. She's gonna have a cow. There it goes. That's much tighter than this one. That one's probably all worn out. Okay. Throw a screw in that. We just need to snag the screw out of this. That one's way tighter. Might provide some more shock absorption. Go see if it runs at midnight. Okay. Let's see if the clutch drives this thing. Hitting the ceiling. Double check, make sure we're tight. Oh no. And you guys can hear it. Okay. All done. Well, not quite. Got service the head. Oop, that ain't coming off as easy as I thought it would. I need a ratchet. And 6.12 millimeter, maybe 13 millimeter, 12 millimeter. I think it's 13. We'll guess on that. 13. If it's not, it's a different size. All right. 6 point. I see people use 12 points on that and it makes me cringe. I don't know what weight of oil is supposed to be in there. What do I have up in the cabinet? Anything's better than nothing. So if you have me cussing in a week, it means that the clutch spring broke on me. Let's see what lubes we got up here. I've got Skill Saw Lube. That's worm gear drive lube. That'll work. I think that will work. Saw lubricant? Maybe. I don't expect to get no more than another year or two out of this, so if it survives that long, it survives that long. But it's what, $500 for a new one? So it's kind of worth doing something with. Looks more like a grease. Give this a shake. Yeah, it looks about the right consistency. Oop. That was pretty dry in there, I think. The Stihl stuff, it threads in and you squirt the little bag in it. I don't know how much goes in there. It don't take a lot. Better than being dry, right? Good enough. Calibrated elbow. Yeah, it already ran a couple, like 2 hours with that. Yeah. I had to put it together with this broken piece and it ran for like 2 hours, so it didn't break anything. I'll salvage the clutch drumming just in case. You never know if something break. That's the pack rat in me. tight enough. Calibrated elbow. Okay. Out of line. That was the problem. That's why it's not doing what she was wanting it to do. So I'm going to turn the microphone off. I'm going to go see where the line is. Okay. Well, next thing I forgot to buy. I forgot to buy a line. Great. Yeah, it's jump on Amazon. I'll line it up with what we have, and there's not a lot there. I'll find out. I thought I had another spool of that crap up in the cabinet somewhere. I knew it. I'm a pack rat. Women are hoarders, men are pack rats. See, this is nothing up there. Definitely not gonna be in that one. Ooh. I had MEK leak out of a can. That just stinks in that cabinet. Stunk up the whole shop one day it leaked. I could use BETG filament. That wouldn't work, right? It'd be funny to actually try it. I think it's just too brittle. That's fuel bulbs. Yes, I do have a whole another roll. Well, kind of a whole nother roll. Okay, crisis solved. Crisis solved. That's why I pack her. Yeah, I think this was the triangular stuff. Yeah, this sucks. The triangular stuff. It really sucks. Thought I threw that away. I'm gonna throw that in the garbage right now. Okay. We have line. dusty, dirty. Yeah, see, that's the problem with this, is it this triangular WeedEater line right here, it pinches itself. There's plenty in there, but it just, I don't remember. That fit there. Yes, it did. Okay. I don't remember how to take this head off, but clean that out. Yeah, I've had this for a very, very long time. More than 10 years. I bought it when it was new. I know I have some orange, really good orange line. Okay. Gotta remember which way to do this. We come this way. It's only usually done twice a year-ish around here. I might need a pair of clippers. Servicing the WeedEater. Making content. Nobody will watch. Okay, so if I remember right, this tells you to go backwards like that. So just stick it in there and you'll come this way. See that line there? Same on the other side. Wow, this don't wind up that clean, does it? Just keep winding. I think you only go right up to the edge there. A little bit more. So you guys can all yell at me. I'm not doing this right, probably. There's probably a cleaner way to do it to get more efficient lines, but I wondered if anybody's ever done a YouTube video to see if like a nylon or a PETG would work. Yeah, this really looks like crap. But I'm gonna say we're good. I think I put too much line on that. Gotta be an easier way to do this. There we go. It works. A little long on that one, but you know what? A little clip there. And a little clip there. There. We are restrung. One thing down. I'm gonna go put this out where it belongs. Is it stinky in here? Be back in a bit. Okay, other than not doing the clutch, that was a success. Got the clutch for another day. The real reason why I didn't want to do the clutch is I didn't want to pull out a tool. Then I ended up pulling out the tool. Okay. This bench has been well used. I accidentally put my mat down and it rusted it. My mat was slightly wet. Okay, I gotta find out where that screwdriver went. Put tools away. Missing a socket, and that's gonna piss me off. The snap-on stuff ain't cheap. And that would be a 1/2 inch, 7/16. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay. Like my snap-on socket. There's probably better stuff out there by now. Okay, I scared away Cotty. Make some kitty food. I started that up in the shop. Smells like exhaust in here. That's better than fuel. We can trick little S to coming out. Little S wants some cookies? Come on. Little S knows not to come out. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? We're live streaming. I still got the music going. That's probably why. People just come and go. Okay, grease. Let's put back in the flammable cabinet. Sticky. Okay. I gotta figure out what I want to do. What do I want to do? Nobody's chatting to tell me what to do. And somebody's chatting, they could tell me to do something. I might do it. Stand on my head for 10 minutes. Okay, I really don't like this brand of IPA. I got a couple Tormach boards. I know I gotta get one packaged. I don't know if the guy wants to exchange it, but Alright. Yeah, dumb. He's always laying out here on the floor. I'm trying to figure out how to get my thermal camera to hook up to OBS. Not ready to do another 6-hour session of chip programming or chip reading. Might have a large lot coming in for programming. Well, I could tear apart the aquarium pump that failed. Trust me, if I've gone through all the stuff that's failed, and this mat has just gotten way out of shape. Anti-static foam, or electrically conductive static foam. Okay, that failed. Bought a new one that said it was all the reviews said it was quieter than this one, and would. No, it's not. This probably diaphragms. I'm going to show you. I'll bring that up on Amazon. That really is bullshit. For a pair of diaphragms on this, it's like $19. You can replace the whole thing for $20. And I don't know. I've tried like 2 places to get the rubbers. Oh, ring falling. Okay. So this piece right here, 2 of those is like 20. 2 of these are $20. I was just trying to find the rubber piece. Because that's what breaks. Right there. It's broke. Big ol' hole. So those go out. So what's the ID of that? Really didn't need to take that off, but that just give you an example. There's a little check valve in there. But yeah, this is probably bad too. Yep. And we got a big hole in it too. So we should be able to get the diameter. I always forget to get the diameter, so I'm going to get the diameter of this. And I just had those calibers. There they are. My just bench calibers. Ones I don't care if I drop. Harbor Freight, $9.99 at one point. So these the OD, probably a millimeter. Say that's what, 35 millimeter. $80. 26.3. 26.5 maybe. Yeah, 26.5. Yeah, I'm already forgetting the numbers. 26.5. That is like 35.3. $35.5. It's about right, 35.5. Thickness. See, I've got 3 of these, and these come up like 10 for $8 or something. It's about 10 millimeter thick. As long as I get something close. Okay. Because that new pump, it puts out some air, but not as, I think, running 4 stones, it puts out slightly more air than this. So I'll take it apart before I send it back to see what the hell it is. It's a diaphragm pump of some sort. Right, that's all these are. And let me pull up that Amazon there. Okay. How do I get this to just show without showing my cart? How do I hide my cart? Okay, well, I can't figure that out. But I wish they would give the dimensions on these. Yeah, this is what we're dealing with here. Look at this. This is why these things end up in the landfill. You've got the repair kit for 60 and 100 air pump right here, $18.18. Prime could have it about tomorrow. Or $19.99 and get a whole pump and have it tomorrow also. So then you've got 10 piece of these, but it's really not. So 29 on the inside, 34 on the outside. That might work. this might work. Yeah, for $6.99, but outside 1.2 inch. See, then they bounce from inch to metric. It's like, all right, we're gonna have two sets of measurements, but those don't even look right. So 35, 1.5, 3. That might be closer. But yeah, I'd rather pay $10 and repair all 3 of them than have to spend $18 and $19. That's just stupid. That is why things are thrown away. I mean, they should sell just the rubber pieces. The stuff that goes bad. I mean, those rubber pieces shouldn't cost no more than, you know, a quarter, 50 cents a piece. But no, they want to sell you a whole brand new one. Okay. I got my iced coffee. It's warm out today. How do you get that on the right way? See where it says line cord? Line cord. Can't see that. They got the damn browser in the way. There. Line cord. That way. Line cord. Now, fishies need an oxygenated environment. They could probably get they're just goldfish in a Tetra. And I got a coolie loach, and or 2 coolie loaches, and auto cinklets. Little tiny, they look like little algae eaters. No exciting fish. Okay, so I think I'm going to try those for $10. See if I can repair that versus replace it. Might not work. Yeah, let's get my bottle of sugar. Trying this one here. Hey. It's okay. It don't taste like peanut butter cup. Nah, I bet if I mixed it with some mocha, it would. All right, should we get into the fun stuff? My Tektronix surplus stuff that I got on Thursday. I didn't get much. I got some probes and stuff, but probes won't work with my scope, so. They get put on the FeeBay. Okay. So what did we get? We did get a piece of test equipment. That would be this. Right here. Test equipment. Ooh, Cutty Cam is something happened. It reset all my camera settings. There we go. Those look about right. Okay, so this is just something I picked up just because I couldn't find it on the tech wiki. Well, I found it on the tech wiki, but there were no internal pictures. There was no data, and it had a floppy disk in it, and it said diagnostics. So I already got that floppy disk out and backed up. There's a data generator. Oh. Plug it in. I'll do its own video on this. Booting. Okay, don't have any pods. I found out this thing requires pods to use, so kind of useless. And it comes up. Now there's a way to do a test on it. I read in the manual. See that? Status. Okay, this says it's got a clock unit 0, 1, and 2 are installed. What are the options? Diagnostics. Do we execute? I don't know if you can see that on the screen. About an hour in. Is it doing anything? It's showing something up there. Done. Everything passed. So, seems like this is a good working unit. All right, most stuff I've gotten from Tektronix have been working. If it's not working, it generally has a tag on it to tell you it's not working. I have it on photo, right? Oh, wow. I don't want to take a picture. I took a picture. Anybody know what the static generator is used for? I don't. Other than to take it apart and use it for teardown content. What, 200 megabit? Can't tell what that sticker reads up here. I get do it. Hard copy, force trigger. Event output, sync output, trigger out input. What else we have for menus on this thing? Thought there was a pot on the back. Not a pot on the back for adjusting the brightness. Mass memory, disk not inserted. Can we install a floppy disk? It's probably not formatted, but reading disk. This format unknown or not formatted. Yeah, those disks were magnetically wiped. Can we format from in here? Sure. Okay, let's try to format this thing. I think that's what it's doing. Turning that floppy. Invalid file format. Oh. IBM PC 200 format. Special analog order time. So it's a PC 9800 and J3100. No screen capture too floppy. No, I don't think we're gonna get that lucky on this in this era. No application. The oscillator. Trigger. Run mode. Pod assign. Ain't got no pods, and the pods are very expensive on this thing. I looked at some used ones, I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I might do a teardown on this, I might not. If I do a teardown, it'll be live, but having only like one viewer, might not do it. Got better stuff to do with my time. I don't know what else. What if we edit? File, load, save data setup. I hit OK. Writing something to the disk. Did it write something to the disk? Corrupt media. Probably gonna have to format it on a PC. Enhanced action, clock pattern, shift, logical operation, bit operation, serial code converter, makeup sequence. Yeah, corrupt media. I wonder if this thing had a printer or something on it. Pushing buttons. Pattern. It's got to do something. Hey, Mag. I'm just goofing around with this piece of test equipment I picked up on at the surplus store. It's a Sony Tektronix DG2020 data generator. I have no clue what it is or was used for. So I'm just poking around the menus. I think I'm going to use it for teardown content and then throw it in the bin. I need more ice. I was I replaced the clutch fan housing on my WeedEater. Lubed the head and gave it some new line, so it's ready to go for the rest of the summer. I was just going through. I don't think it like that floppy was format. Let's try another one. How do we get back into that? That was in utility, right? Dialog, no. Mass memory. And we went under special, initialize media. Came up with IBM PC 2 high density 80 track. Are you sure? Yeah, I'll try to format that one. Last time I gave an error that it didn't like the media. Still right. Yeah, I'll upload the diagnostics disk to the Tech Wiki, and I'll post this blog in the description. You'll come back and I'll post a link to the blog to this so you can follow its teardown progress. It is allowed. Invalid file format. Hey, that wrote something. I think we got a good read or a good format on this one because now it's got files in it. That allows us to make a directory, rename, copy or delete. Security immediate. No, we don't want to do that. Don't want to wipe everything. 2025 7/8 2340. What time is it? Yeah, it's a bit off on the time. So everything passed. File. Okay. Trying to save data and set up to a new disk. Let's see if it. That's corrupt media still. I have no clue. Well, we poked around. That was the DG 2020. All right. And I'll see what it formatted that to. Got a floppy. show you the back of it. Cotty cam's in the way, but it has RS-232 GPIB. These are the pods. It's got a full boat there. Clock in, clock out. That's probably for external clock. Ooh, kind of tipsy on the handle. Ugh. Things are tanks, man. Yeah, I just think a modern instrument that could probably do this, everything this does is probably the size of the lid. It's the size of the cover. Okay, this thing is a tank. Put it with the other tank. Okay, what else is there to do tonight? Gotta do something. Do something productive. Yeah. Didn't label this board if I go to this. I don't know if I got my sticker on it. Got my sticker. So it must mean that I've done a repair to this board. Look for signs of solder flux. One had a D22 replaced. Just going through the normal areas. And that one had D22 replaced and a trace repair. Technician damage. I forgot to make my notes. No Cotty because I started up the WeedEater in here. I need to save that clutch drum. Just in case the other one don't work properly. I have a lot of stuff to do. Kind of like one of those, yeah, too much stuff to do, you're overwhelmed, and you just don't want to do it because you're overwhelmed. Still have to assemble all those. But I like to listen to music loud, and we can't do that on YouTube. Well, we can, but it has to be music I don't like. Nope. I gave the world another hour and a half of my time. I'm gonna call it a quit. Call it quits. And I'll figure something out, something to do. Something to keep me occupied, so. We will catch y'all later.